Today, I'm going to be running you through day one of my full body program, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why I do certain things that I do. And I'm hopefully going to help you to implement some things for yourself. If you love old school natural bodybuilding, then you're in the right place because that's exactly what I do and how I train. And yeah, I hope I can help you moving forward. This is part of a series called The Road to Steve Reeves. If you don't know who Steve Reeves is, look him up. He's an amazing bodybuilder of the past and someone I'm constantly inspired by. Well, without further ado, I'm going to get to training. Voiceover Triz of the future is going to take over. And yeah, let's go. So I started this week in this workout with bench. Now, one of the great things about a full body split is that you can always prioritize the movements and also the muscles that you want to prioritize, right? In my case, I want a bigger bench. I am a very bad bencher, which you will see very soon because I had a very bad workout this time for bench. But yeah, I'm not strong, and I want to improve that because I think that if you have glaring weaknesses, you should try to overcome them the best you can. And here you can see me being hyped at like 90 kilos. This was 97.5 kilos. I'll try to remember to put the pounds on screen as well. And what you can see here is I did 2 reps. And you may have thought that it moved reasonably well, but like, I don't know. I was in my head. I did not have the bar in my hands right, whatever it was. So I reattempted it. I was going to go for 5 reps. So I did 2, and now I am going to do 1, 2, and then the last one, 3. So here you can see it. I did a total of 5 reps with 97.5 kilos, which, I mean, I didn't do them straight after one another, so I was not happy, as you could see. And so, of course, I did what every human being does, and I put more weight on the bar, which, I mean, sometimes you just have to do it. I think, yeah, after this, you're gonna see how I responded to the situation in the moment itself. That's gonna happen, right? Yep. Look at that. What we can learn from this is sometimes you just have to put on more weight. Like, legit. You have a shit set, it happens. Sometimes it happens. And sometimes it's just your mindset, bro. You gotta push it sometimes. It is what it is. Having that extra stress of having more weight on the bar sometimes just pushes you to a place that you normally cannot go to. Yeah, buddy. So I hope that in the moment reaction was inspiring to you. But as you could see, I supersetted the bench press with neck curls. So I usually always do this. I do my main compounds on a full body day. I do the first one, which has the main priority basically. And then I superset it with something small that doesn't take too much to fatigue, right? So here a neck curl basically is not going to fatigue me at all on bench press, and vice versa also. So I can easily do that. And I mean, I made a short recently about training your neck, which you really should, because it's not just for aesthetics, but also just for getting strong in general, for getting a stronger back, because your neck is connected to your spine. And speaking of the spine, right here, we're doing barbell rows. I'm doing sets of 6 to 10. I mean, at the end of this video, I'm going to put the whole day on screen for you to check out, or in the description, or maybe even both. Yeah. And what you'll see is that one of my programming principles is always to start with like a main compound, which is most of the time either a push or a pull, and then afterwards do a compound that is then a push or a pull, right? Because it feeds into each other very well, and also it just saves you a lot of time. If you're doing full body in a way that you're first doing all of your pushing muscles, for example, and then doing all of your pulling muscles, it will just take a lot of unnecessary time out of your day, which, I mean, most people don't want to do that. And training full body, I'm doing 3 times a week now. I don't want to spend more than 2 hours in the gym. 2 hours is already too much, to be honest. I'm mostly in there for like 1.5 hours. This time it was a lot longer because I had to record and set up and stuff. Guys, I'm not a freaking influencer. I do not know the angle game. But you can see now, after I did the barbell row, I'm going back into benching, but it's now on a small incline, right? I'm doing a higher rep range on a bit of an incline, hitting a bit more of the upper chest.
And I'm very much like a bit of a barbell purist. I like doing my free weight movements just because I like to train like this, guys. Like, I mean, for me, the old school kind of way is to me the coolest, and I like implementing what they did. And speaking of that, the dumbbell pullover is something that everyone that is inspired by old school bodybuilders should have in their program. No exceptions. The barbell pullover is a very time tested lift. And right now, right here, I was very much struggling with it because I had like a very clunky dumbbell. As you can see, I most of the time just do these at a commercial gym where it's a lot easier to do them, to hold them. This time it was a lot harder. Um, but the pullovers is mostly gonna hit your lats. It might hit a bit of the chest, but honestly, I don't find it doing that much because I can just go back into benching without any problems. So after doing 2 sets of both a pullover and the bench, I will go into a giant set, starting with a easy bar curl. Now, if you don't know what a giant set is, it's simply just a superset but with more exercises. So in this case, it's 3 exercises. Firstly, being the barbell curl, sorry, the easy bar curl, which I'm doing with a plate on each side, which I'm pretty happy about. The last rep, I kind of cheated there, but honestly, just take the biceps to failure. That's the most important part. And here's a little flex, which I think you always need to do after a set of curls, honestly. So after these, I went straight into lateral raises. Again, you're not going to be fatigued in the shoulders from doing barbell curls, at least not that much, right? And vice versa, also. So doing lateral raises after this is very easy. And as you can see, this whole workout, by the way, which you already saw long ago, is just all in my room. My room is not that big, so I just recorded all of this in there, which just goes to show you that you can even do like a full body type workout in your room without that much of an issue, right? You don't need that much equipment, and that's what I love about like old school training. It's very basic, very simple, just about hard work, right? Pushing yourself hard each set. And that's what you can see in this one as well, doing tricep overhead extensions with a dumbbell. Love this movement for the triceps. It hits the long head very well. And, you can do it on a cable, you can do it on this and that. I just always find the free weights to just feel better. I don't know. It feels more natural to me. You could do machines. It's absolutely fine. It's not my thing. But yeah, what you'll notice in this full body workout is that I don't really do that much leg work. So I'm now moving into abs. After that giant set, I move into abs. And then you can see I will just do a calf raise after that, which is probably interesting to a lot of people. I only train legs twice a week, but I train full body 3 times a week, if that makes sense, right? Because full body doesn't mean that you always have to hit every muscle in the body. I mean, in fact, that's kind of a not smart way to train a full body because it would just completely obliterate your whole body every time. No, you want to train the muscles that you prioritize. In my case, right, it's a bit more the chest these days. It will be the shoulders very soon, though. And the legs for me are mostly on maintenance. Like I'm still pushing them a little bit to grow a bit, but I don't need them to grow that much larger for my ideal physique, at least, right? So yeah, full body is really the perfect way to hit the muscles that you want to hit for a higher frequency and for also higher intensity, right? You can do arms, for example, 3 times a week, which I do. I do chest 3 times a week. I hit back 3 times a week, but not legs because it's just not that necessary. So after abs, I move into just 1 set of wrist curls. I always just do 1 set of these because I found that that's enough for me to progress. And on full body, you don't want to do overly high volume because, again, your workouts are just going to take so long. So why would you do that? I just simply do 1 set because it allows me to progress my forearms, and they're not a super huge priority anyway. So 1 set is absolutely fine. I do them very hard though because I take them to failure, and then from here out, I again stand up, get a bit more momentum involved, and just fully take it to failure. And I mean, again, you can talk about fatigue and all the calcium ions and this and that, but fatigue is not going to be relevant when we're talking about such a small muscle group as the forearms. Like, what are we talking about here? It's not going to be a problem. Same with calves. Just take it to failure. Honestly, all of these muscle groups, they will not take a lot of energy for you to train hard. And what you can see here by the way, for calves, what I devised is like a one legged calf raise, and just loading it with a belt, which I don't know, it might be my invention. It might be, you know what, I'm going to call this a tris calf raise now. I have decided that every time that I do a movement that's slightly odd, that not many people have done before, I'm just calling it my movement now. So this is called the tris calf raise now. Anyway, let me know if you've ever done it like this before, calf raises. And yeah, let's get into some posing now. So I recently did a cut where I went from 96 kilos to 86 kilos, and now I'm hovering between 87 and 88 kilos, like between there. I'm still pretty lean right now, so I'm very happy with that. You can see the neck gaze. Train your neck, guys. Train your freaking neck. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, then please like, subscribe, do all those things. You can check out the previous video where you can find a free silver era bodybuilding program. And thank you all for watching.